Good react. Yeah, shuttle going down. Reaver taken out rather rapidly. He didn't have that shuttle speed. Now going to go in the front door. See if he can split those forces and get something here. I don't think he's going to be able, especially with the reinforcements coming out of these 4 gateways. I don't think he's going to be able. I'm sorry, 6 gateways. He's not going to be able to accomplish a lot. Looks like he's concentrating fire, getting a little more kills than he would be able to otherwise. But I think this is going to be mopped up pretty well, and then he's just going to be in a lot of trouble because man, this expansion went up significantly ahead of his. And then additionally, he's going up, as you can see, against, I'm sorry, these 5 gateways, and he could be, yeah, he's just going to get pummeled macro-wise here in a minute. Another Reaver's produced, and we'll see if he can go in with another Reaver and maybe do a little better. He's only got 2 gateways. He's only been pumping out of 2 gateways this entire time, putting down his 3rd just now, and he's basically, yeah, he's going up against basically 2 over his, and he still hasn't produced his 3rd gateway there. In the meantime, he's doing okay. As you can see, it looks like he's got a decent-sized Dragoon force, so not doing too terrible as far as the macro management goes. Now the observer pushing in, he's going to see this additional gateway. We'll see if he responds by putting some additional gateways down, or if he decides to push him attack. But it's going to be a little bit late because you can see local now pushing up directly into cloud. Already camping outside the front door. This Reaver is going to be, again, very important. If that Reaver gets picked off, he's not going to be able to hold this attack, but especially with the reinforcements coming here, as you can see, they're just going to keep streaming up. And I assume as soon as these 4 Dragoons approach, that he's just going to push up that attack. If that Reaver gets taken out, that's going to be the end of this. But it looks like actually in 2 Reavers, so I think Cloud's going to be okay. Going to back off now. I think that Observer might have spotted out those Reavers in the meantime. Surprised. I don't know if he realized that Cybernetics Core was at that location. I wouldn't be surprised if he picks it off. 2 more gateways going down now that he's got that kind of that economic spot, and also realizing that additional gateways are on the opposite side. Now the question, Citadel of Adun going down, so we're going to see an additional tech on the opposite side. Checking that island expansion just to make sure that there wasn't any cheese going on. As you can see, probe kind of, I'm not sure what this probe is doing. Might be setting up for that 3rd expansion. We'll see. Also another pylon going off in the corner. I'm not sure why these Dragoons are getting shoved up. I think they're expecting a Reaver drop here somewhere. They're expecting another shuttle and Reaver, but it looks like Reaver, just only ground Reavers being produced. As you can see, Cloud's waiting for an attack that just isn't coming, producing a lot of Reavers to deal with a big ground force, but this ground force, basically the ground force isn't being approached. What I really feel like needs to happen for Local, though, if he's not going to push an attack while he had that kind of macro advantage, what he needs to do is he needs to start taking the rest of the map, putting down the Templar Archive, so it looks like he's going to try to take a Templar advantage. Dragoons all over the secondary. So kinds of both players playing very defensively. That observer, I think he sees that observer pushing across, and that's going to be a little bit of a detriment on that on the resource collection right there. Going to try to chase that observer down. Looks like he is going to be able to catch that observer right there. Yeah, bye observer. Poor guy, sent out in the field to die. But that observer did see that Templar Archive, so he is going to realize that there's a tech advantage. In the meantime, Cloud doing a fantastic job with the macro management. He has a large force. He also has those additional Reavers. Looks like he's just walking them out. He's setting up for the 3rd expansion, so he might take an economic advantage here. But basically, yeah, it looked like Local was waiting for a Reaver harass that just didn't come, and on the opposite side, Cloud was waiting for just a ground stomp that didn't come. So both players being a little bit defensive there. Templar Archives, Citadel of Adun is up. Reaver speed is being, or I'm sorry, Zealot speed is being upgraded. It's going to be just a few seconds behind. Not going to make that much of a difference, but now a huge ground force from Cloud pushing out. He's got, what is this, 4 Reavers, a good group of Dragoons. And I think those Reavers are kind of the X factor. And it looks like these, wow, actually a little bit sneaky here. He's just going to hope that the 6 o'clock position isn't spotted out. Bringing these troops, it looks like he's going to try to go for a flank, catch all these units out of position, maybe go for this inside 12 o'clock position. I'm sorry, and try to take that out with the flank. Ran out of breath there. And yeah, and it doesn't look like Cloud realizes that his units are out of position. He's probably going to lose this expansion. The question, though, is on the opposite side: is Local going to be able to stop Cloud's forces just with reinforcements? He does have these 2 Templar, but he's a ways off as far as Psystorm. I'm not sure if he realized those units were out in the field. Now coming in from behind, as you can see, and we'll see. Yeah, oh, this is a really bad position. So now Cloud actually in a really bad position because yeah, there were a lot of units out for Local. Local does have the Templar. 2 Templar picked off, so that's at least something, but now he's kind of pinned in between 2 large forces of and it looks like Local just going to try to back him off. That Zealot did spot them out, and let's see if he starts pushing in the inside 12 o'clock. Cloud really needs to get his units back in position, back around the ramp. A single Zealot pushing up there to kind of bait those units across. No, it looks like Local's just content to kind of back off and kind of protect his holdings across the map. I don't think I don't know if he realizes that this hasn't been spotted out, the 6 o'clock location. Forge going up. Let's see if there's a forge on the opposite side actually for any sort of upgrades as far as the weapons, etc. go. Doesn't look like we're seeing that on the opposite side. Still these 4 Reavers. So really, I gotta say, Cloud has his territory pretty well covered actually with this huge ground force. Fortunately, the Reavers or pretty slow. And now a Dark Templar drop backside, and yeah, wow, local reacting very well. No probes there, but beginning, it doesn't look like there's any observers in position. There's no cannons there. Forward detection. We'll see if this Nexus goes down. It looks like local was not prepared for this. So yeah, gonna lose this Nexus. Yeah, ouch, loses that Nexus. So big boon. Huge boon for Cloud there, and a big hit for local on the opposite side. Looks like he had some Dark Templar out of his own. Now going to push up and try to engage, but yeah, these Reavers just are going to eat that up. Engaging from 2 locations, and he's actually in the red now as far as the psi cap. Just going to try to free something out. Looks like those Reavers going to get psi storm. Nice psi storming there. Beautiful psi storming, taking out 2 of the Reavers, almost 3. The Reavers obviously not very maneuverable. Looks like a Templar pushing out in the field, and so actually local doing a lot of damage there to Cloud, and if he can push in, maybe take down a Nexus, something additionally, he might be able to get back into this. I'm not sure though. The observatory almost down the opposite side, not going to be able to produce additional detectors, and as you can see, he's going to have to win it with this force because his base is completely breached. He has that 6 o'clock location, but he's not going to be able to recover economically otherwise. Now pushing up, taking out another Templar, and it's going to come down to macro management on the opposite side. For this is an incredible game here. It's going to come. This is huge. It's going to just come down to a war of attrition. Basically, who can wipe whoever else out first. I don't basically this entire base completely exposed for Cloud. Cloud really doesn't have a lot to fend this off. Let's see if he can get some Dark Templar out there. I don't see an observer in the field here. If he can get maybe these Dark Templar back, he might be able to take this force out. Going to be able to basically take out a Nexus. Those Dark Templar are taken care of in the meantime. So Nexus for a Nexus here, but a bit of tech still hit in the meantime. And you got to keep in mind there's that time where that base was at full production in the meantime. Dark Templar has been produced. Looks like that observer taken out. Very clever there by Cloud. Let's see if we can see some clever psi storms in the meantime on the ramp to try to take care of those Dark Templar. It doesn't look like that Templar kind of pushing up the ramp. And yeah, now wow. So it looks like local is going to be sent home. Cloud is defending this with some Dark Templar. He managed to sneak a single Zealot through. A little bit thin on resources though. Let's see if they push into this. Wow, a ton of cannons down in anticipation. If they can push into that inside 12 o'clock position, he might be in a better position. So a little tit for tat there. Looks like the weapons 1 upgrade going in the meantime, but it looks like yeah, pushing in, and honestly I still think really bad position here for Cloud because he has these Dark Templar, but it's a matter of time before another observer or some psi storm comes across. And once one of those two things comes across, local's still going to be able to run him over. He's just not able to produce with that secondary down. He just put down I think too many cannons. He really needed to produce some troops to try to fend this off. Still pushing up. There's the observer. Managed to take out the Dark Templar, and now Cloud's base is in full. Yeah, there's the GG. Cloud's base is in full breach. Those Dark Templar were his last hope, trying to hold it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Fantastic game. Great turnaround, great clutch maneuver by local. Gonna go commentate the next game. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it.